Hello guys, how are you today? So today I'll be explaining the math course practice geometry section 4.7. So very simply, also before I forget, for the students in my school, like my AQC and supervisor said, please go do your makeup exams. My AQC requested me to tell you on the video, so please, if you watch the video, do your makeup exams on Saturday. So, given triangle RST with ST is equal to 10 radical 3, measure angle R is 30 degrees, measure angle T is 60 degrees. What is the value of RS? Now, of course, some people can do it mentally, but preferably do not do it mentally because you can do any kind of mistake while doing mentally, okay? So yeah, you might draw the triangle mentally and solve it mentally, but you might do any possible mistake, and we need to avoid any mistake. So to do that, we are going to draw our triangle. We are going to say this is triangle RST. We know that side ST is 10 radical 3. And we know that angle R is 30 degrees. We also know that angle T is 60 degrees. They need the value of what? They need the value of side RS. Now, very simply, we can apply the sine rule over here. What does the sine rule state? The sine rule states very simply that the sine of an angle over the opposite side is equal to the sine of another angle. So we're going to say angle Y. Let's say this is angle X over opposite X. It's equal to the sine of angle Y over the opposite of Y. So let us apply it in this format. The sine of angle X. Let us say the sine of angle 30 degrees. So sine 30 over the opposite side, which is 10 radical 3, is equal to sine of 60 over the opposite side, which is the side we need to find, which is RS. So very simply, if we are going to change it into an equation, it is going to become RS, which is our main subject, is equal to sine 60, okay, times 10 radical 3 divided by sine 30. And if we do it on our calculator, it's going to be sine 60 times 10 radical 3 divided by sine 30. And on the calculator, we are going to get an answer of 30. Now, you can do it this way, or you can do it in another way. We know that this is a 60, 90, 30 triangle. So this is RST. We have 30 degrees over here, 60 degrees over here, and 90 degrees over here. We are given one side, which is side ST, which is 10 radical 3, which, by the way, is the small side. So we are looking for what? We are looking for the side RS, which is not the small side, okay? Now, if you remember, in a 30, I drew not a triangle, okay? In a 30, 60, 90 triangle, okay? If this side is 2x, which is the hypotenuse, okay, then the small side, which is made by angle of 90 degrees and angle of 30 degrees, is going to be equal to x, and the side made with 30 and 90 is going to be equal to x radical 3. So, very simply, we are looking for this side, which is the side made with the 30 degrees and the 90 degrees. So it's going to be 10 radical 3 multiplied by radical 3. You can do it on your calculator. And you are going to get an answer of 30. So this is another way to solve this question. But of course, not all the triangles are going to be right, okay? So that's why we have to solve it like that. So in the figure below, sine x degrees is equal to 6 over k, where k is a whole number to be determined. Now, what is the value of k? So very simply, to find the value of k, we just need to find x, and on the calculator, we will put sine of x. But how exactly do we find x degrees? We are given what? We are given x degrees as an angle and its opposite side. And as well, we are given 45 degrees as an angle and its opposite side. So if we are given an angle and its opposite side, we can apply the sine rule. The sine rule states that the sine of an angle divided by its opposite side is equal to the sine of another angle divided by its opposite side, which is then 24. So now we can do cross multiplication, or we can make sine x as the subject of our equation, and then we are going to get that 24 times sine 45 divided by 14 radical 2 is going to be equal to sine x. So if we do it on our calculator, we are then gonna get 6 over 7. Now there's no need to change it, okay, into anything, because we are already given sine x, and we need to look for what? Sine x. They told us sine x is 6 over k, and they need us to find the value of k. Very simply, we got 6 over 7, so our answer is gonna be then 7. Moving on to question number 3. What is the value of AB squared? So let us draw this triangle. Here in this triangle, we are given what? This triangle is triangle ABC. We are given that side AC is 11, side BC is 6, and the measure angle is 60 degrees. Whenever you see an angle, okay, and what is given is the two sides next to it, then we will directly apply the cosine rule. So let us see our given. We are given side 1, we are given side 2, and we are given angle 1. They need us to find the value of side 3. Whenever they need us to find the value of another side, and we are given side 1, side 2, and the angle between them, then we will apply the cosine rule. Now, what exactly is the cosine rule? So look what we are going to do for the cosine rule. What we are going to do first is we're going to take any of the sides. So 11, we are going to square it. We are going to add it to the other side, which is 6, and we are going to square it. Then we are going to subtract it from 2 times both of the sides, which is 2 times 11 times 6. Then we are going to multiply it by cosine of the angle in between them, which is 60 degrees. So if you do it on the calculator, it's going to be 11 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 11 times 6 times cosine of 60, and it will give us a value of 91. But this 91 is equal to what? It is equal to AB squared. So please pay attention whether they want AB squared or AB. In this case, they want AB squared, so we are going to put the answer of 91. However, if they wanted only AB, you would do radical 91, and this would be your answer. So since they need AB squared, our answer is going to be 91. So let me just write the cosine rule as something in general. We're going to say we have a triangle ABC. We are given angle x, and we have side 1, side 2, okay? They need us to find the value of CB squared. So CB squared, which is the opposite of this angle, is equal to AC squared, which is side 1 squared, plus AB squared, which is side 2 squared, okay? Minus 2 times AC times AB, so minus 2 times side 1 times side 2, times cosine of the angle x. And please memorize this rule, you will be using it a lot. Moving on to question number 4, they only need us to find the value of b. So let us see what is given. We are given that c is 40, and we are given that the sine of c is equal to 0.5. When we are given that the sine of b is equal to 0.8, they need us to find this b over here. So very simply, we will apply the sine rule. What does the sine rule state? The sine rule states that the sine of one angle, which in this case is 0.5, divided by the opposite side, which is 40, is equal to the sine of another angle, which is 0.8, divided by its side, which is x. Or if you don't want to put x, we can put b. So we do cross multiplication and we make b the subject, so then it's going to be b is equal to 0.8 times 40 divided by 0.5. So if you do it on the calculator, we are going to get an answer of 64. So the value of our answer is then 64. We move on to question number 5. Here, pay attention. We are given what? We are given the sine of the angles. Okay, and they need us to find what? They need us to find side AB, which is over here. Now, very simply, we can apply the sine rule. What does the sine rule state? The sine rule states that the sine of an angle divided by its opposite side is equal to the sine of another angle divided by its opposite side. Of course, it has to be in the same triangle. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be sine of the angle 37 divided by 36 is equal to sine 30 divided by the side AB. Now they gave us the values, no need to use the values given by the calculator, so it's gonna be 0.6 divided by 36 is equal to 0.5 divided by AB. Okay, then we do cross multiplication and make AB the subject, so AB is equal to what? Is equal to 0.5 times 36 divided by 0.6. So on the calculator, we are then gonna get an answer of 30. So side AB is equal to 30. Moving on to question number 6, they need the value of a squared. Okay? A squared. And we are given what? We are given that C is 10, B is 13, and that the angle between them is 60 degrees. Again, if we are looking for the third side, which in this case is a squared, it is gonna be equal to side 1 squared. So let's say it's b squared plus c squared, okay, minus 2 times the side times cosine of the angle in between them, which is 60 in this case. Or I'm just gonna do times cosine angle. So in this case, we need to find the value of what? Of a squared. So a squared is equal to b squared, which is gonna be 13 squared, plus c squared, which is gonna be 10 squared, minus 2 times 13 times 10, times cosine of the angle between them, which is 60. If we do it on the calculator, it is gonna become 139. So the value of a squared, which is what we are looking for, is equal to 139. Moving on to question number 7. They told us if cosine of the angle A is expressed as k over 9, then k is equal to. Okay, this one is really important. Before, we knew what? We knew that if we are given two sides and an angle in between them, we apply the cosine rule. And the cosine rule stated that a side, let's choose any side, okay? They need actually cosine A, so they need this angle over here. So what we are gonna choose is this side. We need to find CB squared. So CB squared is equal to AC squared plus plus AB squared minus 2 times AC times AB times cosine of the angle in between them, which is angle A. So let us substitute the values. CB squared is going to be 15 squared is equal to AC squared, which is 9 squared, plus AB squared, which is 18 squared, minus 2 times 9 times 18 times the cosine of angle A. Now we need to make this as what? As our main relation, or as the subject of our group. So what we could do in this case is we can bring 15 squared to the side and we can bring these to the other side. So when we are dealing with this, we have to switch their sides. So when we switch their sides, of course their signs are going to change, and we are going to get what? Minus 9 squared plus 18 squared, or sorry, my bad, not plus, minus 18 squared plus 2 times 9 times 18 times the cosine of the angle A. All of it is equal to what? It's equal to 15 squared. But not only 15 squared, but because we moved it to the other side, it became minus 15 squared. So I'm going to repeat what we did again. We applied the cosine rule, and then we switched their sides. So of course their signs are going to switch. Okay, and then what are we going to do next? So what we are going to do next actually is that we are going to move first these two to the other side. So when you move them back to the other side, all of this we're trying to do what? To keep cosine by itself. If you move them to the other side, then you are going to get what? You are going to get minus 15 squared plus 9 squared plus 18 squared is equal to 2 times 9 times 18 times cosine of angle A. Now we want to keep again cosine of angle A by itself, so we need to get rid of this. So we deal with it by what? By division. So we are going to bring it to the other side, and then our final answer is going to look something like this, which is, let me just find another color. It is going to be 9 squared plus 18 squared minus 15 squared divided by 2 times 9 times 18 is equal to what? To cosine of the angle A. So all of this was just an explanation on how to get this equation over here. So if you put it on your calculator, 9 squared plus 18 squared minus 15 squared over 2 times 9 times 18, it is equal to what? To the value of cosine A, which is 5 over 9. They need the value of k, which is then 5. Now, of course, what I just explained was just how to get the rule and how to solve it. If you want to get the rule directly and you want to memorize a new rule, okay, you are gonna get the side. Okay, let me draw a triangle, for example. Okay, this is triangle ABC. They need you to find the value of cosine A. It is equal to how much? Let us find. Very simply, we can apply this rule. We can apply that the two sides next to this angle, okay, we are gonna square them and add them. So it is gonna be what? It is gonna be AB squared plus AC squared, okay? Then we are gonna subtract them from what? The opposite side squared, so minus BC squared. And then we are gonna divide it by what? By 2 times the sides that are next to the angle, so 2 times AB times AC. So you can either apply it like my first method, or you can apply it like this by the second method and just memorize this rule over here. So let us move on to question number 8. Use the approximation sine 37 is 0.6 to answer the question. They need us to find the area of the triangle. Usually we know to find the area of a triangle, it is base times height divided by 2. But if you want to find the height, it's going to take a long time. That's why they found a new rule, or we learned a new rule, to find the area of a triangle very easily. The new rule is called the sine area rule. Okay? And it is applied like this. 1 over 2 times side 1 times side 2 times sine of the angle in between them. So, in this case, if we are going to apply it on triangle ABC, we are going to start with 1 over 2 times side 1, which is 22, times side 2, which is 20, multiplied by sine of the angle, which is in between them, so times sine of 37. They told us take it approximately as 0.6, so on the calculator write 1 over 2 times 22 times 20 times sine 37, which in this case we will take as 0.6, and we are going to get an answer of what? 132. So this is the area of the triangle found very simply. Moving on to question number 9, they need us to find the value of B. We know that sine of C is equal to 0.8 and sine of B is equal to 0.4. And that side C is equal to 52, so we can apply the sine rule. Sine rule is sine of an angle, we're gonna take 0.8, divided by its opposite side, 52, is equal to sine of an angle, 0.4, divided by opposite side, which is B. Then, make B as the subject, so we are then gonna get 0.4 times 52 divided by 0.8, and then if you put it on your calculator, you are then gonna get 26. So the answer is then 26. Now finally, question number 10. Use the approximation sine 35 is 0.57. They need us to find the value of y. Now, very simply, they need the value of y over here. And we are given what? That the angle opposite to the side is 35 degrees. Now we are given another side, which is what? 200. But are we given the angle that is opposite to it? No, we are not. So we can find it by doing 180, which is the total number of angles in a triangle, minus 35 plus 115. So it's going to be 180 minus 35 plus 115. And we are then going to get 30 degrees. So over here, it is what? 30 degrees. So we can apply the sine rule. It's going to be sine 30 over 200 is equal to sine 35, which they said use 0.57. So is equal to 0.57 over y. Making y as the subject, we are going to get y is equal to 0.57 times sine 30 divided by, oh, my bad, not, sorry. 0.57 times 200, because you will go like this, then it is divided by sine 30. So on your calculator, if you're going to do 0.57 times 200 divided by sine 30, we are gonna get an answer of 228. So the value of y is gonna be 228. Let us submit, and hopefully there are no mistakes. And thank God there are no mistakes. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, and see you in the next video.